Hi everyone, it's Heather at Gypsy Crafter Journals. I am going to show you today I keep wanting to call them scrapbooks, but it's journal. It's a journal, but it's sort of like a scrapbook that I made already, so it's sort of part way through being completed. It has a purple velvet cover, hardcover. It's sort of pocket sized, and I've already gilded the edges with some fabric paint because I didn't want it coming off. I've sewn in the signatures already. It has 3 signatures of varying pages, including vintage book pages, sort of card that I've inked up and punched, stained paper, more card, quite a lot. I do use quite a lot of card because for me it's a excuse me, it's a junk. It's basically my offcuts, so that's why I make these. So it's got plenty of card in. I really like stiff pages because they're more robust, so that's why I use that. But I also have some paper sort of spray dyed with ink, and sort of recycled packaging and things like that. So that's the situation that it's in at the moment. So it's got a really nice variety of pages within the signatures, and what I've done is gone through and just popped some items that I've already made, like for example belly bands, pockets and things like that. I've already popped them in where I would like to see them. So what I'm going to do today is just add those and make sure that I'm happy where they're going, but also the some of the things that I made yesterday. So for example the envelope, the little folder excuse me, the little ephemera folder, things like that, I want to pop in today, just find places for those as well, because I really like the colours of the ephemera that I made yesterday, and I think it goes really nicely with this dark purple. So it's sort of vintagey, and I really like those sort of lovely sort of rosy images, vintage images, and that lovely colour I think goes beautifully with this. So I'm going to add those today. So the first thing I think is to just go through and look where I've put, because I did this a few days ago, so I look where I've put sort of belly bands excuse me, and sort of decide where my other elements are going to be. So I need quite a big page for some of the items that I've made, so just have a quick flick and see where I've added quite a few belly bands. I might actually have to take 1 or 2 out if I want to squeeze everything in. I want it to be a chunky journal, but obviously you've got to have space to put everything in. So there's a few pockets, not a lot. I did also want to add a fabric flip, so I've got this tea-dyed lace, and I've also got these silk scraps that I bought ages ago for a completely different project, and I really like these colours, so I'm thinking of using a little bit of this. I quite like that mustard colour. That's sort of speaking to me at the moment, and I do like the lace, so I might have to use those as a fabric flip to sort of conceal some journaling. So I need to decide where that's going to go, but what I might have to do is sew that together, because I'd like that to be concealed. Although I want the lace in there, I want the journaling to be concealed, so I think I'm going to add those together. So I need to make sure I've got a whole page available for that, so I'll pop that to one side and then I can discard the other silks because I'm not going to use those today. Excuse me. So let's go and see where we can pop. I'm going to need a whole page as well for that. I'm thinking actually that might be a good page for the concealed notes. My folder, like on a contrasting page, maybe a little bit further in. I do need quite a big page for that because I'm considering making that into a pocket as well. I've got a pocket on that page as well. Excuse me. That's a bit too thick. Could have it on the back, possibly. That's nice and robust actually. I think we'll keep that to the back, that'd be good. Now I was going to use some string, not string, some cotton twine as a backing to tie that, so I'll pop that there with that. And then I want a tag inside. Oh no, do I know how big it will be? I don't know, I might have to revisit that, the tag, so we'll put that to one side. Excuse me. So we've got that on there, so I don't want anything bulky on that page. We don't want to contrast too much with the prettiness of that. But I think that looks quite nice because it has a contrast. Oh, excuse me, I can hear someone coming up, so I'm just going to pause. Right, I'm back, and you'll notice I have the addition of a cup of tea, so that's nice. My daughter wanted to use the Apple Pencil and it needed to be charged. So, moving on. Right then, so I've decided I was going to put this perhaps as a flip out, but I've decided not to. So what I'm going to do is have that as a little notebook and have it as a maybe an attachment to the page like that, because I do quite like that. And then you can either have it sort of flip open or take it off and move it around as you like. So I have actually got some little paper clips, so I'll be decorating those up because I've got some pretty ribbons. So which one shall we use? I think I do actually like those in conjunction with one another, so I'm thinking actually may as well do that while we're looking at it. Excuse me. Let's take that. So we have all three. Maybe a little bit that one. And a little bit of the silk as well. This silk is just so beautiful. I love the feel of it. So let's pop that in there. And a little bit of lace. Probably should have done all that together really. A bit fiddly. You'll hear the children playing again downstairs, so sorry for all the shrieks. I don't know how much of it you can actually hear. That doesn't look great, does it? We should have done that differently. You know what, I'm going to take that off. We'll redo it. That was not a good idea. What on earth was I thinking? Well, that's not too bad. No, it's not. I'm going to have to take that off. Fiddling around. There we go. Let's take it off. You know what, I'm going to fiddle around with that later, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'll just attach. I think it's when you're on camera you do get a little bit ham-fisted sometimes, and rectifying mistakes can be a bit boring. So we'll pop that there and add the lace in there as well, so I know. Okay. Excuse me. Now this is a cute little flip out fork. I stuck with the butterfly images on that one. So let's see where pop that. That's the flip up. That actually goes quite nicely there, although it's sort of too, I don't want it to be too bulky. I actually quite like that there, so I might pop that there. So I think I'll pop that in there. Yeah, that's good. And we have the little ephemera holder. Got quite a lot of bulk up this side, so that sort of does complement excuse me, that there. Oh, is that going to close okay? I quite like that there, because I like that. I think the lace goes nicely with the book page. So I might put that on there. And then you've got that completely blank page there, which I haven't inked up, but obviously whoever has it could ink it up. Sort of a little bit bare here, aren't we? So what I could do, I'll bring the belly band back in, perhaps. I want it on there. Excuse me, all this coughing and throat clearing, it's a bit annoying, isn't it? Now I'm thinking here, actually, that might be a nice little addition. That's going to be a bit thick. As long as I leave a bit of, I don't know. I like that there. I like the colours, but I'm thinking that's quite a thick embellishment. Oh, I could have that actually physically stuck on. That would work nicely, wouldn't it? It would be a tuck. I think that might, I don't know what to do about that one. Maybe. I like that there, so I'm going to leave that there anyway, but I'm going to have to think about what I'm going to do with that. I might have to use that as perhaps a larger paper clip and have that as, have that paper clipped on maybe. I don't know. No, that's too thick for there. But I do like it. So, I am going to keep that there because I like the colours. Right, so that's there. I like the belly band, that's nice. The little pocket is cute. I like that, definitely. I just want a little bookmark, I think, or journaling card. I might just pop that there. Could turn that into a pocket, but I'm thinking maybe just use that as a, something to sit in there, maybe as a bookmark. This is good here, but it's quite plain, so I might need to fancy this one up a little bit and then make sure that that's excuse me, wide enough for a journaling card, one of the smaller journaling cards, because I quite like that there. That's good. And like the little envelope. And again, the difficulty with some of the envelopes, they can be quite fragile. But I love that there, but I'm thinking that might be better so it doesn't tear when the tag's going in and out. That might be better as a pocket or a tuck spot. Yeah, that would be nice. So I'll just have that glued on that side and then that can be sat in there. I like that, but I'll have to do something with that. So what I might do is look at the images that have been torn out. There they are. Still have those. Don't want to contrast too much with the pretty flowers on that page. I'm thinking maybe that one. Yeah, that's quite pretty. That's two sideways on. Oh, I don't want too many roses. It's pretty. I do like those colours. They're nice. No, I think I'll stick with that one. Right, so we'll go with that on there. And then we've got the little, possibly as a tab, and a little pocket there. I need to make some more of these actually, with perhaps with some lace. Quite like that. And I can put a decorated tag in there. I'm sort of still on my and I do want a little bit of purple in there, so even though this isn't so close to the shade, I do quite like, that's going to be too big. Maybe. I don't know. The problem is when you pop things in, they can get a little bit on the stiff side. So I actually quite like that image. So what I might do is take that as a smaller, get that as a smaller image so that that can go into there. I can tuck into there. So we can do that. Then we could. That lot of bare space there, isn't there? Not sure. I think I need to do these scan them and do them on the paper because they are really quite thick and I absolutely adore them, but they just annoy me a little bit because they're a little bit too thick. Right, so here we've got the little tiny ephemera holder. So again, I could just tuck in that's a bit white, isn't it? Perhaps there. Right. Can go there, and we don't have a great deal at the bottom, but we've got a little pocket there, and we could. I was going to try and use this, but I'm thinking that's going to be two-dimensional. I don't actually want that bead, so even though I like it, I probably won't use that. So I need to decorate this up as well, possibly, I don't know, or maybe, I mean these are dimensional as well. I do quite like these. I pulled those out, so we'll have to see, maybe. I quite like that actually, that's sweet. Yeah, I might go with that, so we'll leave that in there. And then pop a tag in it. Right then, so now you see, now that's absolutely heaving, isn't it? So what we're going to do, I'm not entirely sure which closure I'm going to use on this one yet. I might use a thick ribbon. I think that might be my husband coming back, so just bear in mind he could come in and shout something any minute now. So either I could punch and add some rivets, some nice gold rivets perhaps. Excuse me while I take a sip of tea. Here's my husband. So what I might do is just pause the video for once. Okay, I'm back. I fed my husband. I fed myself. My tea is slightly cooler now. But it's still just as tasty. Child has pencil, Apple Pencil, which apparently doesn't work with her new iPad. So they're sorting that out at the moment. So excuse us if we end up having conversations about that in between. But let's get back to this. What's on my desk? My beautiful journal. And I'm going to start sticking things in. Now, I'm going to pop that, I think, on there. And what I might do is just trim that down just a fraction. And I might just ink that edge again. There we go. Right then, so I think I'll just pop that on there and just glue the edges. I'm going to use a Cosmic Shimmer. I forgot to put my little wire back in last night and it was all blocked up. They do help. Excuse me. Sorry again for the throat clearing. Now I say it does help. I've already managed to get a blockage. I don't know what it is about glues. As soon as the camera goes on, they block, don't they? Right, let's try again. It's probably because I left it off last night and it's gone a little bit congested in the neck. There we go. Right then, that on there. Right, so a little bit of glue on the ends. And then I'll just attach that. I think we'll keep that in the middle rather than having the side.
That's a side.
There we go. You have to hold it just for a moment while the glue dries a little bit. Excuse me, again. So what sort of projects have you guys got on? Now I was sort of making myself laugh this morning because I've been uploading this week and I've got a few videos up and I thought no one's going to watch my videos, and to be honest with you, really nobody, hardly anybody at all has watched the videos. But despite the fact that I set the one that I did yesterday to premiere, before it even aired, I'd had a comment from somebody about adult chat, over 18 adult chat, which I'm fairly sure you all know what that means. And I couldn't see the comment, but it came up in my notifications. And then, again, when it aired, about 30 minutes after airing, somebody then put a comment on to say, there are girls online in my area. And I thought, how lovely. So I'm obviously being targeted. I don't know why they would choose my videos in particular. Nobody's watching them, so you're sort of wasting your marketing there, love. And I don't think that my demographic is your demographic. So that's interesting, isn't it, how they choose to do that. It must be an automatic sort of bot thing that maybe picks up videos that are of a certain type maybe, or going out at a certain time. I don't know, but it did make me laugh. So just so you know, that's not the sort of content you'll be getting on my channel. It is purely crafting and a bit of chit chat, and yeah, so not that sort of thing at all. Right, so that looks nice. I like that. I'm not going to start fiddling around with it because I'll probably wreck it. But what we're going to do is pop a journaling card in there, and I don't know which one, maybe that one. So I've left plenty of space. So, don't know. I do like that, but it's sort of covering up a little bit too much of the image, so I might just go with a plain tag. Maybe. We'll see. Right, so there we go. So that's the first one done. I feel like I should put something on there as well, but I don't know what yet. I think maybe one of those images actually would look nice, a torn image. perhaps that with a little bit of lace, or maybe do it as a pocket. So I'll come back to that. Right then, so next thing we were going to mess around with that, but that's pretty much done, so we'll leave that on there. And I think I might have that as a paper clip as well. So if I had to cut those down, maybe use the dark, actually use the dark one on this one. So we know I'm not very good at doing that on camera, so we'll leave that. This needs to be sewn, so I can't do that yet either. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, just moving through the book. Excuse me. I feel like we need something in this area here. So I'm thinking maybe if I just pop, I think, did I do this before? I've used one of the other journaling cards. I think I will pop. I love these because we've got the interest from the doily and the edges, but it's quite a lot of journaling space. It's quite plain, isn't it? So maybe if we pop this on as a pocket, that would be nice, wouldn't it? I'm thinking maybe a thumb hole actually would be good there, but I don't have my punch handy, so I'm going to have to probably leave that. I daren't punch the hole while it's on the page because I'll wreck it completely. So I'll leave that and I'll know that that's a pocket. We have another belly band which we can attach there. Would that one be better? No, we'll stick with that one, but it's a tad long, so I am actually going to maybe, well, it's not too bad. That'll sort of make it pronounced. I might be able to use one of those lovely envelopes actually if I make it slightly more pronounced. I do actually have some belly bands made up with a little tab, so I probably should have used those really, but hey ho, we'll go with this, and then if it's still too tight we can use something else. We'll just use a tag or something. Right, so there we go, on there and there. No, that's fine actually, looking at it from the side, it's fine and dandy, fits lovely. It's not too pronounced. So what I'm doing very slightly is just squishing it so that there's a bit more space in there, so it's a bit baggier. So I'm just going to hold that while the glue cures. Excuse me. And yeah, that one might look nice actually. Works. It will be quite thick though, won't it? So might have to, perhaps if we leave that open. There. I'm not sealing it. I'm thinking I'll leave it open because then it's easy for somebody to use a journaling card like that. So I'll put that in there because I do actually quite like that there. It's good. Right then, moving on. Oh, and another belly band. You can tell I like belly bands, although is that too samey, too close. What's the next item is that. And we have another belly band. So I'm thinking, I do like that there though. Excuse me. I do like that very much. Let's see, because we've got the flowers, the yellow flowers on there. think actually that would look really cute, but we've already got the one envelope there. Now this one's a slightly different design. I'm thinking that's actually quite cute. I do love these little envelopes. I think that would be better actually there. And I need to think about what's going to go in there, so let's maybe add a little German card rather than a notebook, and then we can have that attached there. But what we're going to need to do is decorate this one. So we're going to need some more. That's not too bad, is it? Because that's the one we were going to use for that as a double. So what I might do actually is just cut that one down, keep it as a single. I might add some more silk to this one. Keep it as a smaller tab. Nick that, because even though I really like that colour, I think I'm going to pop that on there. So that's the job done. Right then, that's quite plain. I'll put that there. I probably would get away with another belly band here, so I could incorporate that one, because that's quite nice, because you can see the little bit of burgundy on there. I do like that as well. Ooh. Do we want to go with a pocket? I quite like that. Excuse me. And I can decorate that up maybe with a spot of lace, possibly. Yeah, I like that. That's good. So, rather than sticking that down now, I might decorate that in a few minutes and then stick that down. So we're quite plain, but we've got this lovely fold out one here, and we can, now we could stick that down. In fact, I think that would be nice, wouldn't it? Would we want that as a pocket there? And then would we have something that looks like a tab? That would be cute, wouldn't it? I think that would be nice. I like that. So let's excuse me, let's add, I did actually ink that, but I'm thinking that would be nice attached, so let's do that. But we're not going to glue that edge, so we're just going to glue there, there and there. So let's get this right, shall we? There we go. Okay, and we can place that. So if I close it now actually, and I'll just place that in there. Make sure I've got enough space to open and close it. Get that from that side. Yep. Excuse me, again. Yeah, I'm liking that. pop that in there to remind me. I might cut that shorter. Remind me to make that look like a tab. There we go. I like that. That is good. Okay, we can close that now. Moving on. We're going with a belly band there, just below the punch. So that's good, yeah, I'm happy with that. Bit of lace. That'll just be a thin one, so we are going to have to find some smaller tags, I think. Excuse me. I think I'll just have a sip of tea, if you don't mind. It's cold now. Right, so that'll be fine there. And I'm thinking possibly a slightly smaller tag like that. So I'll leave that in there because obviously that's going to need inking. Right, now here we've got a little corner tuck and I've added a little bit of gold on there, so I think that's fine as it is, so we can add that. So we can pop some glue. Excuse me. So it's official we're in tier 4 now. I invite you guys. That means that the non-essential shops, I understand, are closing now, and the gym is closing. But the food shops are still open. So that's interesting. I personally don't go out shopping anyway. I prefer online these days. So I'm quite pleased really. They've got all that sort of stuff set up. I think, you know, quite blessed really that we have those delivery services as a facility. It sort of saves me a lot of time and trouble. That's lovely, I like that. Excuse me. So I actually really don't leave the house very often, apart from school run occasionally. Not even that very often these days. Oh, now I like that. I like the contrast of that colour. That's super. Maybe we'll go with 2. Should we? Maybe a bigger one. Is that going to be too big? Let's see. I think that's going to be too big. I think we'll leave it at that. Maybe pop the... I would like a contrast there, but we can go with just 2. That's fine. I don't know. We'll leave it there for now. I might use let's see what that's like. And then that's covering that pretty picture up, which I don't want to do. So I'll just put a random little picture there as a journal card. So I quite like that actually. There we go, so that's fine. That's stuck down so we can move on. And next stop this as just leaving it really as a journaling card. Now there isn't anything, it's not tucked in, so I'm thinking securing that. I've used a few paper clips. I think it's too big for a belly band, so I could just leave it as a just as a bookmark, as a tag. It could potentially fall out. So I don't know. I would like to use the back for journaling space as well. So I don't know what to do about that. Maybe if I had... No, it's still going to be too big, even if I had a tuck just on the edge. So I think I'm just going to have to leave that for now and decide what to do later. Right, so we've got another little pocket here, which I quite like, and excuse me. And what I could do is layer it up with something pretty. Oh, no. Nope. I've used this image before. I'm not sure. No. Oh, that's pretty, but not quite right. We have this image elsewhere, so that would add a little bit of continuity. So I could add that. That would be cute, wouldn't it? I'd quite like that. It's quite plain, but I don't think it needs a lot of fuss. I could always add a little bit of lace later. So I think what I'll do, I might make that into a tiny, tiny pocket on the front, and then I could just add like the tiniest little tag. So why waste an opportunity to add a tuck spot or pocket? I might add that. Even though it's tiny, I like tiny things. So we're going to go with it. Excuse me, sorry, all this throat clearing. Thought I would have been over this by now. I don't feel poorly, it's just a bit annoying. It's almost allergy rather than a cold at this point. Right then, here we go. Pop that there, and we're going to have to move the page up so we can get it to stick properly. So if you're actually watching my video for the first time and you're not here for the adult chat, please do leave a comment and just let me know that you're a normal crafter. It would be appreciated. Nice to know that somebody who excuse me, is of a like mind is watching the videos. Right, I think that's well stuck. Now that, because of the colouring of that, that's quite nice. I'm thinking this tag. I do like these, the luggage labels. Yeah, so that's good. Okay, moving on. So we were going to use that as a tuck spot on this page, weren't we? Now this page is quite thin, so that will work quite nicely because it'll be quite bendy. So what I'm going to do is just attach that on there. probably do with the baby wipe, just remember that. Now, I'm just going to want to a little bit it doesn't have to be too deep, just enough. Okay, let's pop that in there. Lovely. This is really nice actually, because you've got the red of the paper edge, which goes nicely with the flowers. Okay, I'm loving that, I am. And then we have a little tag, a book page envelope, so that's nice there. Okay, moving on. Now this was going to be a tab. We've got the tab there, and I'm thinking probably we might add something this end to sort of balance that out. Maybe there. I could actually use that, couldn't I? Ah, that could be. Could make that into a tab there and attach that as a tuck spot. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Brilliant. So we're going to attach this. Now what I do is make them into a tab, but I'm going to make it as a tiny tuck spot as well. So you could, if you wanted to, pop a little photo or tag or something in there. So we want it to be about that far out, I think. So I've gone and done that the wrong way, haven't I? So I've actually Wally. So I've actually added the glue the wrong side, so oh dear, what an idiot. So God. Oh, this is a problem. Best laid plans. So that's not going to be a tuck spot anymore, so I'm just may as well just cover that completely. I suppose maybe if I just do it there. It's a bit silly, wasn't it? Yeah. So it's just going to be a little opening at the top, but I'm not sure that's going to be big enough. But what I can do is find a tiny tag rather, to pop in there. There you go, that's a problem. Put the camera on. Excuse me. Right then, I've dropped my pocket, so I need to pick my pocket up. And that was, I think, supposed to be there. Although now I'm thinking, actually, I'm going to leave that because I like that on its own and I don't want it to be overshadowed. So that's good. Now that's fixed nicely. There we go. Lovely. Right, so there's a tab. Now we have a bit of interest here, and we also have the bed. Right, I think the camera may have stopped filming then. I'm not sure when it stopped, so I'm just going to carry on. I'm adding a belly band here onto this page. So you missed me wittering on, no doubt, about something or other. I don't know whether maybe the SD card or something's full. I don't know. Let's pop that in there. So I'll keep my eye on that. It could be maybe I was filming for longer. I don't know. Don't do this very often. So this could be a humdinger of a video. I might have to cut it down if the camera doesn't do it for me. Right, that's lovely. I like that. Oh, that's going to look really cool. Not sure if I do want that journaling card in there now. I keep picking it up. I'm not convinced it's going to get used actually. Alright, so that's nice there. A bit of plain space. Maybe that should be there. Probably going to need something to attach that. So we could go with one of those larger paper clips. And if we have it at the top instead, I think I'll just keep that one plain. Could actually go with two, couldn't we there? Excuse me. I'm liking the way that looks. Yeah, I like that. So it doesn't have to be glued down, so it can be moved. But you've actually effectively created a bit of a tuck spot. Now that is quite heavy. It's on a thin sheet, so I might have to move that. But at least, you know, if someone doesn't like it, they can always move it, can't they? I like that. And then it's got little bits of ephemera, so someone can move it around depending on where they want to put the ephemera. Okay, so moving on, last bits. And yeah, we'll keep this because I really do like that. Excuse me. So we're going to just glue the edge of this pocket here. Oh, glue's playing up again. I think I've got something stuck in it. Let's just wipe that on my bin area. I really do need a baby wipe. So, mental note to oneself, bring the baby wipes over to the area that you're filming in. Okay, super. So we're going to go with that. Now I do keep these pockets quite plain because I do like to have a little bit of extra space. And I think if someone's buying a journal, they do want to be able to add their own stamp on it as well. I'm going to have to wipe that with a baby wipe as well, a little bit of glue. They want to add their own stamp on it as well, so you know they might literally want to do some stamping or add some of their own embellishments or whatever. So it's nice to leave a bit of blank space. If everything is absolutely chocker with your taste in embellishments and decorations, then there's no room for somebody to be creative. So like I say, I do like to add a little bit of blank journaling and space for decorations. Excuse me. Okay, I think that's fairly well stuck down. I'll have to wipe that later. And what I'm going to do is just add the little goldfinch picture. He is super cute. Yeah, like that. Super. Okay, so the last page was the pocket, which we're going to leave open on that side, I think, so someone can just tuck something in if they want to. Now I was going to use this as a tie, so what I need to do is sort of use half it, and I'm going to attach that on here, and then we're going to glue it down. Now if I'm attaching the ribbon that side, someone still wants to be able to tuck under there, so what I'm going to have to do is attach that excuse me, first, and that would be nice to add a little letter or something slim too. I'm still filming, so that's good. Right, let's attach. There we go. There we go. So I'm just popping the ribbon on there, and we'll wait for that to dry before I add it to the page as a pocket, because I don't want it to get stuck down by accident. I might give that a moment or two. Yeah, so that will go in there. I could of course leave it as a top loading pocket, but I don't know, I just prefer the side. I feel like you could sort of lift it up and just pop. Sorry, off camera there. You could just lift it up slightly with the string and then just pop a little letter in there. Lovely. Right, I think that's dry enough now. So what we'll do is, in fact, to be honest, it doesn't even have to be stuck down that side, does it? It could literally just be the two edges here. So I think I'll do that. Sure, that's out the way. A fair amount of glue on that edge because I want it to stick quite well. And smooth these out the way. Now I'm wishing I'd tied that, and I didn't. So I'm just going to open the book and just splat it down. There we go. You can obviously have that with the lace at the top if you wanted. There we go. An exceptionally wide belly band. There we go. Brilliant. Let's see if that's stuck down in a second. And that's lovely because they open up. I've written that already, so you could have a beautiful photograph or some poetry or something. So we'll just tie that so the strings don't flappel out and annoy me. I've still got charge, so that's good. Lovely. Right then, so I think that will probably do us for today. I'm really pleased with the way that's come out, apart from the fact my ribbon has now fallen off. But that's easily dealt with. I pop a little bit of glue on there. I've still got to do the fabric flip. Oh, it's there, that's why. It's different one. There we go. That goes on there. So I was going to attach that onto there, wasn't I? I've got a few little bits to do with a fabric flip and a little bit of decorating and a tab, but other than that, a little bit of inking. We're not doing too badly, so it's nearly finished actually, so I think probably the next video will be me showing the book in a completed state, hopefully, fingers crossed. So thanks very much for joining me, if you have joined me, for the purposes of crafting. I hope you enjoyed having a bit of a play of seeing how I play with this particular book, and if you'd like to join me for future videos, do think about subscribing and clicking the notification bell so you know when I'm uploading the next video. Obviously I'm very early days, I've not done many yet, but I'm hoping to upload quite a lot more. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you have, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care everyone, bye!